Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Thursday, October 23rd, Sienna and Nick meet, Holden stalked, Kane blindsided. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Report ad. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Thursday, October 23, 2025. Fans can expect Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, to meet Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, tries to dig into Holden Novak's, Nathan Owens, past. Plus, Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, blindsides Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Make sure to check out our weekly Y&R spoilers, here. Claire Grace Newman troubled. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, October 23rd reveal that Claire will be troubled. Even though she is only friends with Holden, she might wonder if Kyle is onto something. Of course, there is probably a lot that Holden can't tell Claire. At the same time, Claire has a right to know if she's with someone dangerous or not. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Of course, Holden might say he has a past, just like her, but isn't that way anymore. Claire might understand that and respect his decision to keep his past private. Claire Grace Newman troubled. The dark secret threatening Genoa City's sweetest soul. Genoa City has always been a town built on secrets, lies, and emotional storms, but few could have predicted that one of its newest residents, Claire Grace Newman, would find herself spiraling into such deep emotional turmoil. Once viewed as a fragile survivor determined to rebuild her life, Claire's journey is now taking a dark and heartbreaking turn. Beneath her soft-spoken demeanor and tear-filled eyes lies a storm of pain, guilt, and fear that could destroy not only her life but also the fragile peace within the Newman family. Fans have watched Claire struggle to find her place ever since she was revealed as the daughter of the late Eve Howard and the niece of Victor Newman. She came into the Newman orbit under the shadow of manipulation, having been brainwashed by her deranged great-aunt Jordan. Despite her redemption arc and Nicky Newman's attempt to give her a second chance, it's becoming painfully clear that Claire is still haunted by the demons of her past. The question now lingers, is Claire truly healing, or is she slowly breaking apart behind that gentle smile? In recent episodes, Claire's behavior has taken a troubling turn. She's been distant, distracted, and increasingly paranoid. Insiders close to production hint that the writers are crafting an intense mental health storyline for Claire, one that could rival the emotional weight of Sharon's past breakdowns or Chelsea's suicidal spiral. Rumors swirl that Claire may begin hearing Jordan's voice again, a chilling echo from her past that blurs the line between reality and delusion. It's a deeply psychological direction that explores what happens when trauma refuses to stay buried. For weeks, Claire has struggled to maintain composure in the face of her newfound family's expectations. Living under the Newman name comes with an unbearable pressure, one she may not be ready to handle. Victor's constant scrutiny, Nicky's guilt-driven protectiveness, and Victoria's attempts at understanding are starting to smother her. Viewers have noticed subtle signs, trembling hands, vacant stares, and moments of dissociation. Could this be the start of a full-blown mental crisis? Victoria, torn between being a mother figure and a corporate powerhouse, is growing increasingly concerned about her niece. She wants to. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Believe that love and stability can heal Claire, but deep down, she fears that the damage inflicted by Jordan runs far deeper than anyone realizes. In one particularly poignant scene, Claire was seen staring at a family photo of the Newmans, her reflection warped by tears as she whispered, "I don't belong here." That line sent shockwaves through the fandom. It wasn't just a line, it was a confession. A cry for help masked behind polite smiles and nervous laughter. Meanwhile, Jordan's shadow continues to loom large over Claire's life. Though presumed dead, whispers in Genoa City suggest that the sinister woman may not be gone after all. Some fans speculate that Jordan may have planted deeper psychological triggers in Claire's mind, dormant until the right moment. Could someone be intentionally reactivating those triggers to manipulate her once again? The possibility is terrifying, yet entirely in line with Genoa City's history of dark family schemes. But there's more to Claire's troubles than her haunting past. Her bond with Kyle Abbott, though innocent on the surface, is raising eyebrows. Their emotional connection has been growing stronger, and some fans think Kyle's attention may be both comforting and confusing for Claire. She's never truly experienced love or genuine friendship before, and now she's caught between gratitude and something more dangerous, dependency. Kyle, still reeling from his own heartbreak with Summer, might not realize that his kindness could be interpreted as affection. Their late-night conversations and tender glances have the internet buzzing. Is this the beginning of an emotional entanglement, or could Claire's growing attachment push her into obsession? If Kyle ever pulls away, it could trigger another emotional collapse for the already fragile Claire. Mariah and Tessa, who've shown sympathy toward Claire, have expressed quiet concern as well. They see the cracks forming, the sleepless nights, the trembling hands, and the look of someone who's barely holding it together. Mariah, no stranger to manipulation and trauma herself, may try to reach out to Claire, potentially forming an unexpected sisterly bond. But even that could stir conflict with Victoria, who wants to keep her niece close and protected from outside influences. There's also an unsettling mystery brewing around Claire's recent whereabouts. Rumor has it she's been secretly. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Visiting an unknown person on the outskirts of town. Could it be a therapist? Or something far more sinister, like a figure from her past? Some insiders tease that Claire's therapy sessions might not be what they seem, hinting that someone could be exploiting her vulnerability for their own agenda. Perhaps Jordan isn't physically alive, but her network of manipulation still thrives, using Claire as a pawn in a larger revenge scheme against the Newmans. If that's the case, Claire could soon find herself entangled in crimes she doesn't even remember committing. Viewers are bracing for a possible psychological breakdown arc that could culminate in a tragic or even dangerous twist. Imagine a scenario where Claire, tormented by hallucinations and guilt, lashes out or runs away, leaving Victoria and Nikki devastated and desperate to find her. Victor, ever the patriarch, might see Claire's instability as a threat to the family's reputation, setting the stage for an explosive confrontation. Will Victor protect her as family, or exile her as a liability? The emotional weight of this storyline is staggering. Claire's journey embodies the pain of survival after long-term abuse, the kind of pain that doesn't disappear just because the villain is gone. The writers seem intent on portraying her struggle with empathy, realism, and depth. It's not just about trauma, it's about how it ripples through generations, testing the limits of forgiveness and love. Actress Haley Aaron has been delivering gut-wrenching performances, portraying Claire's unraveling with haunting precision. Fans have praised her ability to balance vulnerability and quiet terror, making Claire one of the most complex new characters the show has introduced in years. Some even predict Emmy recognition if this arc continues to escalate. In the coming weeks, viewers can expect Claire to make a shocking confession, possibly about something she did under Jordan's influence that's yet to be revealed. A hidden crime, a buried memory, or a connection to another Genoa City mystery could send her storyline into uncharted territory. Perhaps Claire was unknowingly involved in someone's disappearance, or maybe she's the key to exposing a new villain pulling strings behind the scenes. Whatever the truth, it's clear her fragile. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. State will play a central role in the chaos about to engulf the Newmans. The emotional toll on Victoria will be immense. She's already endured betrayal, heartbreak, and loss, but this situation cuts deeper than anything before. Watching Claire's descent may force her to confront her own failures as a protector and mother figure. Meanwhile, Nikki, who sees so much of her younger self in Claire, will likely spiral into guilt and desperation, trying to save the girl who's slipping through her fingers. As Claire's mental and emotional state deteriorates, Genoa City itself may become her mirror, a place of beauty and wealth on the surface, but filled with dark corners and buried secrets underneath. Will Claire find the strength to overcome her inner demons, or will she be consumed by them once and for all? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Claire Grace Newman's journey is far from over, and her troubled mind may hold the key to the next great Newman family reckoning. Holden Novak stalked. Over with Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, he will continue trying to prove to Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, that Holden is bad news. Kyle is going to spy on Holden and Sienna's conversation at the hotel. When Claire asks what Kyle is doing, he starts making his ridiculous comments about Claire's naivety. Holden Novak stalked. The shocking threat that could turn Genoa City upside down. Genoa City has seen its share of obsession and danger, but few storylines have captured the town's collective paranoia quite like the growing mystery surrounding Holden Novak. Once introduced as a quiet and intelligent presence connected to Claire Grace Newman's redemption arc, Holden's calm exterior is beginning to crack under the weight of a terrifying secret. Someone is stalking him, and the threat is growing bolder by the day. What began as small, unexplainable moments has now spiraled into a full-blown nightmare. Fans are watching in suspense. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. As Holden's once steady composure gives way to anxiety and fear. Could this mysterious stalker be someone from his past, or has Holden stumbled into something much darker that puts his life, and possibly others, in grave danger? The first signs of trouble appeared subtle enough to ignore. Holden began receiving anonymous texts late at night, cryptic messages that read, "I see you," or "You can't hide forever." At first, he brushed them off as harmless pranks. But when a single rose appeared on his doorstep, followed by a photo of him taken through his apartment window, it became clear this was no joke. Someone was watching him, closely, and with chilling intent. In recent episodes, Holden's paranoia has intensified. His once sharp focus has been replaced by restless glances, sleepless nights, and moments where he seems lost in thought, haunted by unseen eyes. The camera lingers on his unease, a lingering shot of him checking over his shoulder, locking his doors twice, or jolting awake at the sound of a creaking floorboard. The writing is deliberate, the tension suffocating. The question every fan is asking: who would want to stalk Holden Novak, and why? Rumors suggest the stalker might be connected to the dark network tied to Jordan and the psychological manipulation that once controlled Claire Grace Newman. Holden, who has been working closely with Claire and the Newman family, could be uncovering something he wasn't supposed to see. Some believe that Holden's intelligence and curiosity led him to investigate Jordan's criminal ties, making him a target for those who want the truth buried. But there's also a more personal angle emerging. Viewers have noticed a strange figure appearing in the background of several recent scenes, a shadowy silhouette near crimson lights, a gloved hand touching Holden's car door, or a reflection in the Newman Media Building's glass. The stalker is everywhere and nowhere at once, always a step ahead, always unseen until it's too late. Holden's relationships in Genoa City are also being tested under the strain of this terrifying ordeal. Claire, who has been depending on Holden's calm guidance and trust, is growing increasingly worried. She feels responsible, convinced her past might have brought danger into his life. There's an undeniable tension between them, a fragile mix of guilt, fear, and something unspoken that runs deeper. Some fans speculate that Holden's stalker could be using Claire to get closer to him, exploiting her emotional instability. Victoria Newman, too, is starting to. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Take notice. She's been observing Holden's unusual behavior around the Newman offices, the sudden mood shifts, the quiet dread behind his eyes. She's no stranger to psychological warfare, and she knows the signs of someone being hunted. In one powerful scene, Victoria confronted him, "Holden, if someone's after you, you need to tell me now." His trembling response, "It's already too late," left viewers stunned. The emotional gravity of the moment hinted that Holden knows far more than he's letting on. Some insiders suggest Holden may be keeping secrets of his own, secrets that make him a prime target. Could his past hold the key to the stalker's identity? Little is known about Holden's life before Genoa City, but whispers from the writer's room suggest a mysterious ex-lover, a failed business partnership, or even a hidden criminal connection. Whatever the case, it's clear that Holden's history is about to collide with his present in explosive fashion. Adding another layer to the drama, new spoilers tease that the stalker might not be acting alone. Several unexplained incidents, a break-in at Newman Media, a hacked computer system, and strange footage disappearing from security cameras, point toward a coordinated effort. Someone with resources and knowledge of technology is pulling the strings. This isn't just obsession, it's strategy. The tension reaches new heights when Holden discovers a note slipped under his door reading, "You took something from me. Now I'm taking it back." That message, paired with a burned photo of him and Claire, sends him spiraling into panic. Could the stalker believe Holden is involved in something romantic with Claire, or is the connection deeper, perhaps tied to revenge or betrayal? In the coming episodes, viewers can expect a chilling escalation. Holden's stalker begins to invade his world more directly, strange noises in his apartment, missing personal items, and a series of threatening calls from a voice-altered number. Each new move is more personal, more dangerous. The line between safety and terror blurs completely when Holden finds a note left in his car that simply reads, "See you soon." His fear is palpable, and his grip on reality begins to slip. The emotional weight of this storyline is drawing comparisons to classic Y&R thrillers. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Like Sheila Carter's Reign of Terror and Ian Ward's manipulation of Mariah Copeland. But what makes this arc different is its psychological depth. It's not just about physical danger but about the torment of never feeling safe again. Holden's unraveling state of mind mirrors the invisible scars left by trauma. He starts questioning everyone around him, Claire, Victoria, even Victor himself. Paranoia takes root, turning every glance and every whisper into a potential threat. Could it be someone within Newman Enterprises trying to silence him before he exposes a corporate scandal? Some theories point to a hidden player, possibly someone connected to Victor's rivals, using Holden as a pawn in a larger game. Meanwhile, the stalker's identity continues to be shrouded in mystery. A leaked casting report hinted at a dark, manipulative new figure, set to debut in Genoa City, a person with ties to both the Newmans and the mysterious organization that once backed Jordan's schemes. If that's true, Holden's torment might be part of a much bigger conspiracy involving power, revenge, and psychological warfare. As the situation worsens, Claire's role becomes crucial. Despite her own fragile mental state, she refuses to abandon Holden, even as he pushes her away for her safety. Their bond deepens through the fear and confusion, two broken souls clinging to each other in a storm of secrets. But that closeness may make them both targets. In one upcoming scene, spoilers tease that Holden will vanish without a trace, leaving behind only his shattered phone and a single message scrawled on his wall, "You should have listened." The entire Newman family will be thrown into chaos, with Victoria and Claire teaming up to find him before it's too late. Victor, sensing the danger may tie back to his family's enemies, launches his own investigation, one that could expose long-buried crimes and ignite a new Newman feud. The emotional fallout promises to be devastating. Holden's disappearance could push Claire to her breaking point, triggering another mental health spiral. For Victoria, it's another blow to her already fragile sense of control. And for Victor, it's yet another reminder that even the great Newman Empire cannot protect its own from the ghosts of the past. Whether Holden is rescued or... Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Presumed dead, this storyline has the potential to change Genoa City forever. The stalker's identity, once revealed, will likely shake the foundations of multiple families and expose a hidden network of betrayal. For now, all that's certain is that Holden Novak is trapped in a nightmare he can't escape, one where every shadow hides a threat, and every face could belong to the person determined to destroy him. The danger is real, the tension unbearable, and the truth may be more shocking than anyone in Genoa City could ever imagine. Cain Ashby blindsided. Back in Genoa City, expect Phyllis to blindside Cain. Fans know that Red has it in her head to use the AI situation to get everything she wants in life. What is this? Cain Ashby blindsided, the stunning betrayal that shakes Genoa City to its core. Genoa City has always been a battleground of ambition, love, and deception, but few could have foreseen the emotional earthquake now hitting one of its most beloved figures, Cain Ashby. After years of fighting for redemption and stability, Cain has once again found himself caught in a storm of lies, betrayal, and heartbreak. Once a confident businessman and devoted father, Cain is now reeling from a stunning revelation that has blindsided him completely, one that could destroy everything he's fought to rebuild. The quiet stability Cain worked so hard to create is now crumbling before his eyes, and this time, the wounds cut deeper than ever before. For months, fans have speculated that Cain's return to Genoa City would bring a major shakeup. After leaving town to escape the ghosts of his past, failed relationships, business scandals, and family fractures, he seemed ready to start anew. But in true Y&R fashion, the past. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Doesn't stay buried for long. Recent episodes hinted that something wasn't right. Mysterious phone calls, uneasy encounters at Chancellor Winter's, and moments of tension between Cain and those closest to him. Still, nothing could prepare him for the bombshell that's about to shatter his world. The blindsiding betrayal begins with a secret Cain never saw coming, one that involves someone he trusted more than anyone else. It starts innocently enough, a misplaced document, a few inconsistencies in financial records, and whispers around the office. But soon, Cain realizes the person orchestrating this quiet sabotage is not a rival or an enemy from his past, it's someone within his own circle. Rumor has it that the betrayal involves a major business deal gone wrong, one that could expose Cain to legal and financial ruin. His instinct tells him something isn't right when an investor suddenly pulls out of a deal he negotiated, citing ethical concerns. When Cain investigates, he uncovers forged signatures and falsified records linking him to a fraud he didn't commit. The evidence points directly at him, but who planted it? As the tension mounts, Cain confronts those closest to him, Jill, Billy, and Devon, demanding answers. His voice trembles with anger as he realizes that someone has set him up to take the fall. In a shocking twist, new spoilers suggest the saboteur may be someone unexpected, perhaps a former lover or business partner seeking revenge. Could Lily Winters be somehow tied to this betrayal? While Lily and Cain's romantic relationship has long since ended, their professional ties through Chancellor Winters have remained. Lily, still scarred by Cain's past lies, might not trust him fully, and her attempt to protect the company could inadvertently make her complicit in his downfall. Alternatively, it could be someone much darker, an unseen enemy pulling strings behind the scenes. The emotional heart of the story, however, isn't just the corporate betrayal, it's the personal devastation that follows. Cain's children, Charlie and Maddie, find themselves caught in the crossfire. Maddie, who has long admired her father's resilience, refuses to believe he could be guilty. Charlie, however, isn't so sure. The tension between them grows, fracturing their once close bond. Cain, desperate to prove his innocence, becomes increasingly erratic, missing meetings, lashing out at friends, and spiraling into self-doubt. His once calm and confident demeanor gives way to the haunted expression of a man pushed to his limit. "I've been lied to, cheated on, and stabbed in the back before," Cain confides in Devon in one powerful scene, but this feels different. "This feels like someone's trying to erase me." Devon, torn between loyalty and caution, offers to help investigate, but even he starts to wonder if Cain is hiding something. After all, Cain has a complicated history with secrets, fake identities, hidden children, and corporate scandals have followed him like shadows for years. Is he truly innocent this time, or has he fallen into another mess of his own making? Viewers are on edge as clues begin to emerge that the betrayal may extend beyond business. Someone from Cain's past, possibly a woman he once loved or trusted, may have resurfaced under a new name. Speculation points to a mysterious figure recently spotted in Genoa City, a woman calling herself Vanessa. She's charming, intelligent, and oddly familiar to those who remember Kane's Australian roots. Could she be connected to the web of deceit tightening around him? The emotional stakes reach new heights when Kane discovers that private details about his personal life have been leaked to the press. His reputation is shredded overnight, with headlines painting him as a liar and conman. The humiliation is unbearable, and the betrayal cuts deep, especially when he learns that the source of the leaks might be. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Someone within his inner circle. In one gut-wrenching scene, Kane confronts Lily, demanding to know whether she played a part in the scheme to discredit him. The air between them crackles with pain and unresolved tension. Lily insists she had no involvement, but her eyes betray something, guilt, or perhaps fear. Could she be covering for someone else? Fans are divided, with theories running wild. Some believe Billy Abbott, ever the schemer, may have set Kane up in a twisted bid to regain control at Chancellor Winters. Others suspect Devon's new business partner, who may be secretly working against the family. But there's also the haunting possibility that Kane's stalker-like betrayer could be motivated by something far more personal, revenge. Perhaps someone still blames him for past sins, like Juliet's death or the lies that once tore his family apart. As the storyline unfolds, Kane's emotional breakdown becomes a central focus. Haunted by nightmares and flashes of betrayal, he begins questioning everyone, even himself. Is he losing touch with reality, or is someone really trying to destroy him piece by piece? The writing is deliberate and layered, turning Kane's downfall into a psychological thriller. The man who once prided himself on being a survivor is now being forced to confront the possibility that survival may no longer be enough. The coming weeks promise shocking twists. A cryptic message arrives for Kane, reading, "You ruined my life. Now I'm ruining yours." The chilling note sends him into a panic, and for the first time, he begins to fear for his safety. Is this simply a smear campaign, or is someone truly out for blood? Meanwhile, Jill, ever the sharp matriarch, begins digging into the situation on her own. Her investigation may reveal ties to an old business rival of Chancellor Winters, or even someone connected to Colin Atkinson, Kane's father and lifelong tormentor. Could Colin be orchestrating this betrayal from afar, manipulating events to punish his son for turning away from his criminal ways? It wouldn't be the first time Colin used deceit to destroy Kane's peace of mind. The emotional fallout threatens to consume Kane completely. As he stands alone in Chancellor Park one night, the city lights reflecting off his tear-streaked face, the weight of it all becomes unbearable. "I tried to be better," he whispers, his voice breaking. "But in this town, you can't ever outrun who you were." It's a moment of heartbreaking vulnerability, the realization that redemption is never simple, especially in a place where everyone has a past. Yet, even as his world falls apart, Kane's resilience begins to shine through. He vows to uncover the truth, no matter how dark it is. In the weeks to come, expect him to fight back, uncovering shocking evidence that points to a stunning culprit, someone fans least expect. Whether it's a twisted act of revenge, corporate sabotage, or personal vendetta, this revelation will leave viewers reeling. Genoa City has always been a place where secrets and lies shape destinies, but for Kane Ashby, this betrayal is deeply personal. It's not just about losing his career or reputation, it's about losing the people he loves and the self-respect he fought so hard to reclaim. The blindsiding twist that shattered his life may ultimately redefine who he is, forcing him. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. To confront his demons, reclaim his strength, and once again rise from the ashes. For now, the only certainty is that Kane Ashby's world has been turned upside down, and the truth, when it comes out, will change everything in Genoa City forever. Nick Newman and Sienna Bacall meet. Let's start off with Nick and Sienna. Fans know that Sienna called Noah Newman's, Lucas Adams, phone. Nick answered it, but got a weird feeling from Sienna. Next, Sienna will meet Nick in person. She might have a cover story about being rattled by Noah's accident. In any case, she will likely explain her cagey behavior to Nick. While Nick does tend to take people at face value, he's also a smart guy. So, he might get the feeling that Sienna isn't being totally honest about something. Nick Newman and Sienna Bacall meet, sparks fly, secrets stir, and Genoa City braces for a scandalous new chapter when it comes to love, business, and danger. No one does it quite like Genoa City's own Nick Newman. But even a man as seasoned in heartbreak and drama as Nick could never have prepared himself for the stunning moment he crossed paths with Sienna Bacall, the mysterious woman whose beauty and secrets could change everything. Their first encounter was more than chance, it was fate colliding with danger, passion meeting mystery. And now, as whispers spread across Genoa City, fans can't stop talking about what this meeting means for the Newman empire, for Sharon Newman, and for the balance of power in a town where every glance hides an agenda. It all began on a quiet afternoon at Crimson Lights. Nick, ever the grounded son of Victor Newman, had been trying to focus on family and business, juggling Newman Media's restructuring and the emotional aftermath of recent scandals. Enter Sienna Bacall, a name no one in Genoa City recognized but a face that no one could forget. She arrived with quiet grace, her sharp eyes scanning the room as though she was searching for something or someone. When their eyes met, the world seemed to hold its breath. Nick, curious as ever, struck up a conversation, a simple, "You look new around here," that quickly evolved into a magnetic, unexplainable pull. From the start, Sienna was evasive yet intriguing. She claimed to be new in town, working in art curation, but her story was filled with gaps. Nick, with his years of navigating lies and half-truths, sensed there was more beneath the surface. Still, he couldn't ignore the spark, that electric connection that reminded him of the dangerous charm of women like Phyllis Summers or Chelsea Lawson. But Sienna wasn't like them. There was a quiet sadness behind her smile, a glimmer of fear that made Nick's protective instincts surge. That first encounter, seemingly innocent, set off a chain of events that would soon pull both of them into a web of intrigue neither could escape. The chemistry between Nick and Sienna was instant and undeniable. Viewers could feel it in the way their conversation lingered just a. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Little too long, in the shared glances that carried more weight than words. Yet, it wasn't just attraction, it was something deeper, something almost fated. And that made it dangerous. Little did Nick know that Sienna's arrival in Genoa City wasn't by accident. Rumors suggest that she has a connection to a shadowy figure with ties to the Newman family, possibly one of Victor's old enemies or someone seeking revenge on the Newmans through deception. Some fans speculate that Sienna may be working undercover, perhaps even sent by a rival corporation or someone from Nick's own past. Others believe her motives might be personal, tied to a tragedy that links her to the Newman clan in ways Nick doesn't yet realize. In the weeks to come, Nick's instincts will begin to clash with his heart. He'll start noticing inconsistencies in Sienna's stories, small slips about where she's from, about her supposed work in the art world, about people she claims to know. And yet, every time he tries to distance himself, he's drawn back in by her vulnerability and the unspoken connection between them. What makes their storyline so powerful is the emotional complexity it brings to Nick's character. After everything, from his turbulent relationship with Sharon to his on and off love for Phyllis, Nick has been longing for peace. Sienna represents something new, something mysterious, something that challenges him in a way no one else has in years. But with mystery comes danger, and soon Nick will find himself questioning not just Sienna's intentions but his own judgment. The drama intensifies when Sharon learns about Sienna. At first, Sharon is polite but wary. She's seen Nick fall for trouble before, and something about Sienna sets off alarm bells. Her instincts tell her that this woman is hiding something, something that could hurt Nick. Their first meeting is icy, filled with polite smiles and underlying tension. Sharon's protective tone doesn't sit well with Sienna, who seems to take offense to being interrogated. The encounter leaves both women shaken, and fans buzzing with speculation that a new love triangle could be brewing. Meanwhile, Victoria Newman starts to take notice too. As head of Newman Enterprises, she has a natural suspicion toward outsiders, especially those suddenly appearing near her brother. Victoria begins to dig into Sienna's background, using the company's vast resources. What she uncovers may shock everyone. Sources suggest Victoria finds a link between Sienna and a mysterious investor recently making moves to buy shares in Newman Media. Could Sienna be part of a larger scheme to infiltrate the Newman empire from within? The plot thickens when Sienna starts receiving anonymous messages warning her to stay close to Nick. These cryptic texts hint that someone is manipulating her, using her to get access to the Newmans, and she's terrified. Is she an accomplice, or is she being forced into something against her will? Nick, ever the hero, steps in to protect her when danger starts closing in. Their connection deepens as he promises to keep her safe, unaware that by doing so, he's walking straight into the trap himself. The emotional pull between them becomes undeniable. There's a haunting tenderness in their scenes, the way she looks at him like he's her salvation, and the way he can't stop trying to understand her, even when every warning sign is flashing red. But Genoa City doesn't forgive secrets easily. As more of Sienna's past comes to light, the cracks begin to show. Rumors swirl that she may have once been involved with a figure from Nick's darker business ventures, or even someone connected to the criminal underworld that once touched Adam Newman's life. If Sienna is connected to Adam's world in any way, this could ignite another explosive Newman sibling war. Meanwhile, Sharon's unease grows into suspicion. She confides in Mariah and Chance, admitting that she's been getting strange vibes from Sienna, an intuition she can't shake. Chance, still reeling from his own experiences with deceit and manipulation, offers to look into Sienna's background, uncovering details that point to multiple identities and an alias used years ago in connection to a corporate espionage case. Just when Nick begins to trust Sienna, believing her to be a victim of circumstance, the truth will hit like a thunderclap. Spoilers hint that Nick will discover a hidden connection between Sienna and someone he thought long gone, perhaps Ian Ward, the cult leader who once terrorized his family. If this turns out to be true, the implications could be massive, not just for Nick but for Claire Grace Newman as well, who is still dealing with her own trauma tied to that dark chapter. As the truth unravels, Sienna's mask begins to slip. Her motives become blurred. Is she in love with Nick, or is she still playing him to survive? In one emotionally charged scene, she breaks down, confessing, "I never meant to hurt you, but I can't walk away now." The pain in Nick's eyes says it all, betrayal and love colliding in a way only Genoa City could deliver. The fallout promises to be explosive. Sharon, hurt yet vindicated, may find herself caught between protecting Nick and exposing Sienna's deceit. Victoria will likely take charge, demanding that the Newmans cut Sienna out before she does more damage. And Victor, ever the patriarch, won't hesitate to destroy anyone who threatens his family, no matter who they claim to love. Yet, in true soap fashion, the story won't be so simple. Because deep down, Sienna's feelings for Nick are real. The danger she brought to his doorstep may not be entirely. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Her fault. Someone bigger, more dangerous, may be pulling the strings, a hidden enemy using her as a pawn in a larger game. As the weeks unfold, Genoa City will be on fire with suspense, passion, and deception. Will Nick follow his heart and fight for Sienna despite her secrets? Or will he walk away before her dangerous world consumes them both? One thing is certain. Their meeting wasn't an accident, it was destiny, written in scandal and sealed in danger. And as their story explodes across Genoa City, no one, not Sharon, not Victoria, not even Victor himself, will escape the fallout of the storm that began the moment Nick Newman met Sienna Bacall. Read more, find out what happened on the last episode of Y&R. What is this? Report ad. Report ad. More than money or control, Phyllis was Genoa City at its knees. So, we will have to see where this new dark chapter takes Phyllis. There are also signs that Phyllis and Cain could end up in bed together, literally and figuratively. While they are working on the AI situation as a team, could things lead to romantic territory? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Thursday, October 23, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing.